Speaking test instructions. The speaking test is 20 minutes. There are 8 tasks in the speaking test. Please try your best to answer all the questions.
Start speaking now. Time is up. 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 Start speaking now. Time is up.
Hey Marcus, congratulations. 3 acceptances is a fantastic problem to have. Okay, let me share a few thoughts to help you sort this out. First of all, if I were you, I'd look closely at the actual course content, not just the school's reputation. Pull up the curriculum for each program and see which one has the classes that genuinely excite you. Because you'll be way more motivated when the material clicks with you. Another thing you could do is think about the cost of living in each city. A program might be cheaper in tuition, but if the rent is sky high, that can really add up over a few years. So run the numbers before you commit. On top of that, I'd try to picture your day-to-day life in each place. Visit the campuses if you can, or at least watch some student videos online. The vibe of a city matters more than people expect. One last tip is to talk to current students or recent grads from each program. They'll give you the honest, behind-the-scenes take you won't find in a brochure. At the end of the day, trust your gut once you've done the research. Good luck, Marcus. Let me know what you decide. This happened a couple of winters ago. On a really cold, snowy evening here in Canada. I was walking home from the bus stop when I noticed an older woman who had slipped on some ice and dropped her groceries all over the sidewalk. First, I rushed over to make sure she wasn't hurt, and thankfully she was okay. Just a little shaken. Then, I helped her gather her scattered oranges and cans, which had rolled everywhere in the snow. After that, I walked her the rest of the way to her apartment building. Since the path was so slippery, she was incredibly grateful and insisted on giving me a chocolate bar from her bag. I remember it because such a small act made her whole face light up. In the end, I felt genuinely warm inside, even in the freezing cold. This picture shows a busy outdoor farmers market in a town square on a bright, sunny morning. In the front, there's a friendly young woman wearing a green apron behind a wooden stall piled high with red tomatoes and vegetables. She's handing a paper bag to an older gentleman who looks quite pleased as he reaches for his wallet. Right next to them, a little girl in a yellow raincoat is excitedly pointing at some strawberries while her dad laughs. Beside her, over in the middle, 2 teenagers are sitting on a bench sharing a slice of pizza. One looks bored on her phone, while the other seems really animated. A street musician is playing guitar close by. In the background, colorful striped tents stretch across the square, and tall maple trees glow with early autumn leaves. Based on what's happening, I'd guess a few things are about to unfold. The older gentleman at the tomato stall will probably finish paying and move along to the next stall. Maybe over to the flower stand in the background. Chances are the little girl in the yellow raincoat will convince her dad to buy those strawberries, since she's pointing at them so eagerly. He looks like he's about to give in. As for the 2 teenagers on the bench, it looks like the bored one might finish her pizza and they'll both wander off to explore the market together. And that busker with the guitar? I'd bet a small crowd will gather to listen. And a few shoppers will probably toss some coins into his open case before the morning's over. Hey, I really think the Adventure Day camp is the way to go over hiring a nanny at home. For one thing, the camp is all about being social. Our child will spend the whole day with other kids playing games and doing crafts. Whereas a nanny at home means they'd mostly be on their own. That interaction is exactly what we said we wanted this summer. On top of that, the camp actually works out cheaper, at $220 a week compared to $300 for the nanny. And those field trips will give our kid new experiences we couldn't easily provide at home. I know a nanny offers flexible hours and one-on-one attention. But honestly, at this age, making friends and staying active outdoors matters more than convenience. All things considered, The camp gives us better value and a much richer summer. Let's go for it. Hey, I'm leaning toward the Learn to Swim program rather than hiring a nanny at home. And here's why. First of all, swimming is a genuine life skill. Our child will come out of the summer actually knowing how to swim safely, which a nanny simply can't teach. That's something they'll benefit from for the rest of their lives. What's more, the program is by far the cheapest option at $160 a week versus $300 for a nanny. So we'd be saving a good chunk of money too. The classes are small and led by certified instructors. So I'm confident our kid will get plenty of attention. I understand a nanny would be more flexible with timing, but a 1-hour lesson each morning still leaves the rest of the day open. At the end of the day, the swimming program gives us the most lasting value. Hi Daniel, I'm really sorry, but I won't be able to lend you the car this Saturday after all. Something's come up on my end. My sister Anita suddenly needs it that exact day to move apartments. And she doesn't have any other way to transport her furniture. As much as I want to help you get your mom to the family gathering, Anita's my family and she's genuinely stuck without it. I feel terrible about the timing, especially since you asked well in advance. Here's what I can do, though. Let me help you find another option. I could check whether a neighbor's free to drive, or help you book a rideshare for your mom so she still makes it. Let's sort something out together so she isn't left without a ride. Hi Anita, I need to have a bit of an awkward conversation with you about the car this Saturday. My neighbor Daniel asked weeks ago to borrow it to drive his elderly mother to an important family gathering out of town, and I'd said yes before I knew you needed it too. I feel really torn, because I know your move matters. But his mom's health makes it hard for her to travel any other way. And he's counting on me. I don't want to leave you stranded, though. So here's my plan. I'll book and pay for a moving van for your apartment move. And I'll come help you carry the boxes myself. That way your move still goes smoothly. Let's grab a coffee and work out the timing together. In my opinion, living in a big city is the better choice. And I feel pretty strongly about that. First of all, cities offer far more career opportunities. There are simply more companies, more industries, and more room to grow professionally. So if you're ambitious about your career, a city gives you options a small town usually can't match. For one thing, I landed my current job precisely because I was living somewhere with a big job market. Another reason is the convenience and variety. In a city, you've got restaurants from every culture, shops open late, and public transit that gets you around without a car. On top of that, there's always something to do. Concerts, festivals, museums. So you're never bored on a weekend. What's more, big cities tend to be more diverse, which means you're constantly meeting people from different backgrounds and learning from them. That exposure really broadens your perspective. Now, I'll admit small towns have their charms. They're quieter, cheaper, and more tight-knit. Even so, for the opportunities, the convenience, and the energy, a big city wins for me. All things considered, I'd choose city life every time. Hey Rachel, it's me. You have got to hear about this. So I'm walking through the park right now, and I've just come across the most bizarre bench I've ever seen. Someone has completely covered the whole thing in hundreds of colorful knitted and crocheted squares, like a giant patchwork blanket wrapped around the entire seat and backrest. It's honestly gorgeous. There are little knitted flowers and fluffy pom-poms dangling off the armrests. And get this, there's even a hand-stitched teddy bear propped up in the corner, like it's waiting for someone to sit down. It looks like some kind of yarn-bombing art project. The whole thing is so cheerful and weird at the same time. Anyway, I figured you'd love it since you're into crafts. Do you want to swing by and see it before someone takes it down? Let me know.